see?
It looks like he suffered a major stroke, a massive stroke, involving the middle cerebral artery. There may be severe edema.
Will he survive?
We can't predict that. The next 48 hours are critical.
All right, then what are his chances if he makes it that long?
65% of stroke victims recover at least partially.
And the other 35%?
Die in the hospital.
Oh, God. I should have never let him talk me out of bringing him to the hospital. You should have.
The same thing might have happened to Eden. There's no way of telling.
Well, at least he would have been in a bed here. He wouldn't have been wandering around by himself.
Well, you had a nurse with him, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but she wasn't there, and he made his way into the study.
Well, as I said, the same thing could have happened anywhere. I mean, all the signs were pointing towards a major attack. You'll have to excuse me now. I have to check on some tests I ordered for CC.
Can I see him?
Yes, you can. Listen, Eden, as long as he's still alive, there's hope. So don't you give up on him now.
I'm not. I won't.
Good girl.
Should I look to my room for a second? Yeah.
Darling, you have absolutely nothing to blame yourself for.
Oh, I blame myself. I blame myself for taking you back into our lives. I should have followed my instincts and stayed away from you. My father would not be in there dying right now if it wasn't for you.
You don't mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. You betrayed him.
I agree. We all would have been better off if we just never came back.
You are no better than she is. My father, look at me. My father died a small death when he found you with Mason. You are both responsible for making him sick. And so am I. Because I didn't take care of him. I didn't protect him from you. I don't want to talk to either of you again because you know what? You make me sick.
Mrs. Capwell.
Yes.
We heard a rumor your husband's in critical condition. Is it true?
The doctors don't know what's going to happen yet. All we can do now is pray.
This is for the record. C.C. Capwell is not going to die. He's seriously ill, but he's recovering.
Well,
I don't care what anyone else says. And that's the last statement anyone's going to make on the subject. You're Sophia Capwell Armonte, aren't you? Excuse me, please. I have nothing more to say to you. Thank you. Have the decency to stop pretending that you care what happens to Cece. That would be a lot easier to take than all this phony grief.
Don't you tell me how I feel. I loved Cece. He gave Brandon to me, and he took care of us after Stockman died. And after that, he fell in love with me. And he still would be in love with me if you hadn't come back to torment him.
The version of your marriage is incredible, Gina. When the truth is that he wanted to divorce you, take Brandon away from you, because he found you in bed with his son.
That's less hurtful than having his worst enemy's child and then passing off that child as his own, which is what you did for years and years. Cece hates you now, Sophia. Even more than he hates me.
You really frighten me. I used to think you were harmless, but you're not. You would rather have Cece die than kick you out. That's why you didn't call his doctor tonight, isn't it?
That was a misunderstanding.
There's no misunderstanding at all. The difference between us is that I am praying for him to get better. I don't care how he feels about me. But if you can't have him, you want him dead.
Well, well. Look who's waiting for the bell to toll. Now we can all three wait together, just like a real family. Don't families make strange bedfellows? Well, you two ladies look awfully grim indeed. Have I arrived too late for a final farewell?
Mason, your father is alive.
Well, of course, I should have known. Earth would have trembled and the heavens rained fire at the death of such a giant among men. I didn't notice anything like that happening.
Been drinking a little, Mason.
Only liquor. I want to see Dad.
Eden's in there with him now.
Well, that's not right. First son has certain privileges. Dad would be the first to tell you that. Oh, my. Good news travels fast. Oh, Lionel, come to bury Caesar or to praise him?
Neither. I came to see him.
Well, you just have to wait your turn. Being a Lockridge doesn't carry much weight in these circles.
Lionel saved your father's life tonight, Mason.
Did you do that, Lionel? Did he really do that?
Yes, he did.
Well, really, that's incredible. How noble, truly selfless. I wonder if I would have done the same under the circumstances.
I think so.
Oh, don't be so sure. You know, Lionel, I do believe that your travels around the world have made you a true humanitarian, a real softy. Here you are, engaged in a duel to the death, a mano a mano with a formidable foe, and what do? You save his life.
Stop showing off, Mason. I suspect behind that brittle palaver there lurks a human being.
Oh, you just don't understand me, that's all. You know, Lionel, your weakness is that you care the same for all forms of life. Animal, plant, amoeba, stink bug. They're all the same to you, aren't they? You're not a dyed-in-the-wool confirmed hater the way I am, the way my father is. Puts you at a disadvantage in the world.
I think the gentleman doth protest too much. You care for your father more than you're willing to let on. In fact, he's the driving force in your life.
Me caring for my father? Careful, Lionel, them's fighting words. I might have to ask you to step outside. I have a reputation to defend.
So wrong about him, Lionel. Mason has no love for CC. I saw that tonight.
Sophia is the only one who loves CC. This is what she thinks. But I think she's the one who's hurt him the most.
No, wait a minute. If this is a contest, I'm proud to say I win hands down. Lionel, you be the judge of how much damage I've done my father's health and well-being. Why, only recently I let him catch me in an affair with his most recent wife, Gina. What do you think of that?
Very impressive.
I thought you'd think so. And then I really laid him low by revealing the fact that Sophia...
Shut up, Mason.
Why, Sophia, I'm just bragging a little about what Lionel must already know.
Stop it, Mason. That's enough.
Holy cow. You mean Lionel really doesn't know?
Wait a minute. What am I supposed to know?
And I get to be the one to tell him? What an unexpected windfall.
You're not going to tell anybody anything.
I tried to tell him before. She wouldn't let me. She stopped me.
Well, I'm unstoppable. I'm on a roll, Lionel.
Excuse me if one of you wants to go into CC now for a few minutes. Eden just came out.
I want to see him. Thank you, Doctor. Excuse me all, Lionel. To be continued.
I'd like to see him after that. I am his wife.
Well, we'll see how he's doing after Mason's visit.
What was Mason about to tell me? And why am I the last person to know something that everyone else seems to know? Sophia, this is insane. I mean, how am I supposed to care whether Cece lives or dies if by getting well he's going to come and try to kill me again? How am I supposed to answer an accusation when I don't even know what I'm being accused of?
Don't worry, Lionel. CC dies tonight. You're off the hook.
Dad? Dad, can you hear me? I hope you can. Even though I don't know what I'm going to say.
I just don't understand what happened.
Could you just leave me alone, please? Because what has happened between us has made my life hell.
That was 20 years ago, Sophia.
I just don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk to you.
Look, may I just say a few things that may help?
There is nothing that you can say that would help me.
Well, to begin with, contrary to what you may think, I do not hope that Cece's going to die.
He's not going to die.
I know. I'm very sorry that this happened just after you two found each other. I had the sense that you would eventually remarry. and be very close family with your children.
You're making this worse for me.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to make you feel better. It was, how can I put this? It was obvious to people, whether they were close to you or not, that you two were deeply happy. Perhaps this irrational outburst at my house was caused by that aneurysm causing pressure on the brain. I don't know.
If you care for me at all, you will not ask me any more questions about Cece's outburst.
Sophia, there's more to it than that, isn't there? Sophia?
I think you know me, Dad. Somewhere on some level of consciousness, you know why I'm here. Trouble is, I don't know why. Why am I here? To dance? To mourn? To damn? What are you seeing, I wonder? Pearly gates, maybe? I hardly think so. A rider on a pale horse approaching? I have seen the eternal footman hold my coat and snicker, and in short, I was afraid. T.S. Eliot. They say that one remedy for a fear of death is a clear conscience that lets you out. Of course, you don't have to worry about people knowing that you've died. Your tombstone's going to be the biggest in the cemetery. You saw that years ago. Just like you made sure that your name would be on university buildings and hospital wings. Well, what do you think, Dad? What's all your power and wealth gotten you? Multiply it 100-fold, it still couldn't buy back the one thing you need most. The one thing you can't live without. Your last breath. So, let's talk about what you've left the next generation. What about your children, Dad? What have you really left them, huh? Ted, your youngest, you leave a burning memory of a father who doubted his own son's innocence. To Kelly, you leave a heart filled with resentment because you destroyed the life of the only man she ever loved. Eden, in your favorite, you leave the impossible task of living up to your expectations. And Mason, well, I speak with authority on this one. To me, your firstborn, the one who loved you more and hated you more than all the others, the one who wished you dead 1,000 times, with each death more hideous than the last, to him you leave me with nothing but some kind of need to be here talking with you like this. Dad, it isn't right. Don't leave me with this. It's not right. Dear God, don't die. Don't go. Not yet.
I'd say his condition will be critical for the next 48 hours. After that, we hope it will stabilize.
Mason should not have been allowed in there.
Oh, no. I'm willing for having CC to have family, friends, and visitors in, but only one at a time, and then only for very short visits. Right now, he needs rest and quiet more than anything else. I wish I could give you better news.
Thank you, Dr. Biddles.
Sophia. He only said members of the family.
Eden.
I'm sorry. That's the way Daddy felt. That's how I feel.
Sir? Sir, are you a member of the Capwell family?
Yes, I'm Cece's brother-in-law from back east.
No, he isn't.
Eden.
I'll take care of this. You are not going in to see my father, and lying your way in is not going to work.
And your father tried to kill me, and I want to know why. Now, you and Sophia don't wish to discuss it, fine. But I'm going to confront Cece and find out what this is all about.
He is fighting for his life. He is not strong enough for confrontations, and I would like it if you would get out of here and leave my father alone.
I think Lionel should know the truth. If you don't want to tell him, I will.
This is none of your business.
Lionel has a right to know.
I agree with you.
Well, I really don't care what both of you think. I'm going to lay down some rules right now about my father, not you, or Sophia, or you. You are not allowed to visit my father. The doctor says he needs rest and quiet, and that's exactly what he's going to get. Now, I know how all of you upset him. You are not going to go in there and visit him. I'm going to tell all the doctors and the nurses. Do I make myself clear?
Eden, I want to talk to you for a minute.
I don't really think that's necessary.
Eden, I just asked you now. I am begging you.
All right. Excuse us. What is it?
Don't look at me that way. I am as concerned and worried about your father as you are.
You know, it's what Daddy found out those first few hours that pushed him over the edge. He didn't have to have that stroke. He was devastated that you betrayed him. And personally, I don't understand why you could have done that to a man you said you loved.
I didn't do it deliberately. I was not the one that told him. Eden, I never would have told him because I never would have tried to hurt him that way.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Wish you could find Ted and Kelly. I just don't know where they are. They don't even know about Daddy.
I'll make some phone calls and try to find them. I think I know where Kelly is. I'm not sure about Ted, but I'll try.
I'm going to talk to Lionel. I feel sorry for him.
With all you've got to feel sorry about, I don't know why you'd worry about him. Besides, I would be careful what I say if I were you.
It's my business, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you'd like, you can listen in. Lionel.
Yeah.
I have something to say, and I'm going to say it whether Eden approves or not. I am sick and tired of the Capwells trying to run everybody's lives.
Gina,
and I'm sick of their secrets.
I'm warning you.
They never told me anything about how they arranged to have Brandon be adopted by me, and I'm certainly not going to help them keep any more secrets now. Lionel, I want to tell you why Cece was so angry when he came after you with that gun.
Don't you dare.
Lionel deserves to know the truth. It could be important information to him.
Damn it, Gina! This is a family problem. We will deal with it in our family.
Sophia lied to you and Cece both about something very important.
All right, I think it's you and I. We should just go step outside and talk for a few minutes.
Lionel, thank God I found you. Has anyone told you? Do you know the truth yet?
What truth? What is all this about?
Oh, what a relief you don't know. Look, come home. I'll tell you everything.
Look, wait a minute. I am not going anywhere until I hear what all this is about. Gina?
Don't listen to her.
That's right, don't. Gina is just being her usual vengeful self. Now, Gina, would you go home?
You'd like to get rid of me, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would, and I'm going to now.
You want to know the truth? The truth about Channing? Channing Capwell Jr. is your son, not Cece's. He's your son.
Channing? What are you talking about?
Damn you, Gina.
You had no business doing that. I begged you not to tell anyone.
Say that again, Gina.
You heard it right. Channing is your son. Sophia was pregnant with your child when she married my father.
Channing was my son?
Lionel.
Dear God. Did Cece know?
Sophia lied for years to everybody. She knew what he would do if he found out.
Lionel, you were right.
Wait a minute. That's why Cece wanted to kill me? Why he's here now? He must have found out.
That's right. Sophia betrayed him for 25 years. He loved her. And he trusted her. And then this happened. But he got even. Before he had the stroke, he kicked her out of the family, cut her out of everything. And now that you have done as much damage as you could possibly do, I would like to have a word with you in private, please.
All right. Don't waste your breath trying to intimidate me. I told you, I'm not going to be afraid of anybody anymore.
Well, I think that you should start being afraid of me. Because I'm not going to let you get away with what you just did. You have caused more damage for this family since the minute you walked in that door. My father would not be lying right where he is right now if it hadn't been for you.
That's Sophia's doing, not mine.
Oh, you've done just as bad. In fact, worse. You have tricked and you have manipulated him every chance you've gotten. And let me tell you something. I am not going to rest until I get even with you.
What a strange feeling to have had another son all these years and never to have known until he's dead.
Ask yourself what kind of son he would have been. Don't forget, over 6 years ago, he wanted you thrown in jail. Has that slipped your mind?
No. No, it hasn't slipped my mind, Augusta. I just never knew him. I never knew him any more than he knew who I was.
What about the fact that he accused you of killing Sophia? And how many people hated Johnny, including you?
I know. Sophia and I had a son, apparently. A son, and I didn't even know it. Now, I've got to find her. I just have to talk to her.
Lionel, no, don't talk to her. Talk to me. You should be turning to me. I'm your wife.
Oh, Augusta. I know it must have been as great a shock for you as for me.
Of course it was.
Listen. Don't worry, okay? We are in this together. We'll get through it together. I just got to find her and talk to her. Sophia.
What?
We have to talk.
No, I can't talk now. I'm trying to find Ted to tell him about his father.
Sophia, listen. You're gonna have to talk this time. I want to know why you didn't tell me about our child. Tell me about our son, about Channing.
You've heard.
You bet I've heard. But I heard it from other people. Why? Why didn't I hear it from the one person that I should have heard it from? Now, don't you think you owed me that?
I didn't owe you anything.
Well, I want to know why. Tell me.
Why? Because you were married to Augusta, and I was engaged to Cece.
What difference does that make? You didn't tell me about another son that I had on the face of this earth.
What are his chances?
I'd say slim at this point. You knew, didn't you? You knew about Channing all along, didn't you?
Known for several days.
Is that the mystery that you were hinting at all this time? How'd you know?
A little private investigation.
You mean you hired somebody, a detective?
Certainly not. I just found out. What difference does it make as long as you know now?
Well, it makes a lot of difference to me, Augusta. Now, who told you? How'd you find out?
If you have to know, I found out by myself.
How?
I some papers in Minx's room when I was looking for information on Brick.
Minx? Minx knew?
She's known for several years, evidently.
My mother knew and she didn't tell me? I don't understand. Augusta, I am sorry. How awkward this must have been for you.
Yes.
I really am sorry.
Look, there's something else you want to know.
What's that?
Well, don't get alarmed. It's very insignificant compared to what you just found out.
Augusta, why don't you just let me decide how insignificant it is? Just tell me, will you? I can't stand any more surprises today.
Well, It seems that for a brief period of time, Channing was involved in a gay relationship.
Gay? Meaning homosexual?
Yes, well, it was a rather minor incident, short-lived. I
don't get it. Channing? America's hero?
Oh, yes, the same.
I feel numb. Is there anything else, Augusta? Any other secrets?
No, that's it. There's nothing else.
The world has gone mad. Does Cece know?
Yes. Yes. Oh, I think he found out very recently, possibly even today. He found out a lot today. It's no wonder he had a stroke.
Well, that news alone must have almost killed him. How did he hear about it? Did you know about that, too?
Yes. Mason told him. He also told him that you were Channing's natural father.
Well, Mason has certainly had a busy day, hasn't he? I feel almost sorry for him.
For Mason?
No, for Cece. Man of his pride, his ego.
Oh, well, it does seem to have crushed him.
Boy. Channing really was a bad seed, wasn't he? Arrogant, selfish, a blackmailer. I wonder if he hadn't been raised by Cece, if he'd been the same.
I'm sure that it is traceable to Sophia deserting her family. I mean, it's got to be equal responsibility for both, it would seem to me.
Never knew I had a son. If I had known about Channing, how different his life might have been.
Possibly. But I don't think they'd have been better lives necessarily, because if I had known, I don't think we would have been together.
Yeah, there's just too much. It's beyond our control, isn't it? Channing was mine. Sophia's. And mine.
I had a brother I hardly even knew. Even hated.
I'm sorry, honey. I was shocked, too.
And you and Sophia.
Does it make you think less of me?
She said everything's so mixed up right now. Must feel strange to be a grandfather all of a sudden.
What? Grandfather?
Yeah, Channing is Brandon's father.
Oh, dear Lord. You're absolutely right. I hadn't even thought of that. Brandon is my grandson. Grandson. And I don't even know him. I think I've seen him maybe twice. Never even gave him a second look. Can you imagine?
Brandon doesn't even know that Channing is his father. That poor child is in for a few shocks.
Yeah, I'll have to be careful not to hurt him. Take it easy. Well, that boy's a part of me, isn't he? I wonder if he has any of my exotic character, if you'll forgive the immodesty.
Oh, that's all I need in my life is another little Lionel running around the house. I think we should go. Are you going to stay?
No, I'll come with you. A grandfather. Can you imagine?